Whereabouts the mine, Tom?
Well, you know, Jeff, I've been at the top of many a hill, but that's the first time I've been right inside one. And I'd love to meet some of the folks who used to work in there.
Oh, that's an idea. We'll go down this way to the beam engine and onto the smelter, and on the way I'll introduce you to two old miners, Wall and Sandy, and I'm sure they'll be able to tell you all you need to know about the old working.
Great. Oh, I look forward to that. Sonny Scott, your grandfather was a lead miner, your father was a lead miner, and you yourself started lead mining at the age of 16 or thereabouts. What was it like then?
Well, when I went down the mine in 1916, you went into a cage or a lift, I would like to call it. We called it cage. Went down to the level that we were working in. Perhaps about, what, 200 fathom, 300 fathom to start with.
1,800 feet.
1,800 feet. And you went across a drift, or a level, whatever. And you got to your worker, and you had to climb, maybe, not all the time, but as the worker went up from one level to the other, you had to climb maybe 40 fathoms. And then you went in another level up above that, and you come down the other 40 fathoms, which was 80 fathoms. Your working was 80 fathoms between one level and the next level.
And what was your job?
Well, you went in there and you put up your machine, your boring machine, bored, fired, cleaned it up, same again, and you took up a hopper and a ladder road. The hopper was for letting supposed to be the lead down into the drift. The ladder road was for you to keep walking, to keep getting up and down. And believe you me, it was damn sore work.
So you were using explosives to...
Explosives, dynamite.
And then you took out the stuff that blew out?
Took out the stuff that dynamite blew.
And how were you paid?
Oh, miserably, I would put it. Well, looking back, 27 and 10 a week. During the First World War, yes, you'd maybe around about £3 a week, but that was the biggest wage ever I made down there.
Was that piecework?
That wasn't piecework.
And was it a team you worked with?
A team, 6 men.
And these 6 men, were they working shifts all round the clock?
All round the clock.
Always working in the same stretch?
Always working in the same stretch.
And somebody came and measured up what you had taken out, was that it?
That's right.
And were you paid actually on the lead, or were you paid by the ore you took out?
It was paid by the fathom.
I see. So, really, it didn't matter to you whether it was lead or whether it was rock?
Doesn't matter to me. I mean, if it had paid, I reckon if it had paid us by the lead, they'd got more produce out the mine as what they got. Well, I wasn't getting paid for tonnage. I was getting paid for feet. Therefore, I made feet my objective. I didn't care that I suppose I got no lead. I wasn't interested. As I say, it was feet I was paid by.
And was it a good spirit amongst the miners?
Oh yes, lovely spirit. Lovely spirit.
What was the way of life in Wanlockhead then?
Well, he had carpet bulls, and the company built an institute. He had billiards, reading room, baths, and quite comfortable.
And how about the summer and the hobbies?
Pardon?
How about summer when the hobbies were...
well,
you had time to go out in the hills and so on,
yeah, or kiting, or breeding bulls, you know, brush bond, things like that. That's the way we put in our time in these days.
Did you play in the band?
I did. And as a matter of fact, I've got medals for my instrumental capability.
You haven't told me what instrument it was.
A double B.
A double bass?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
You don't still play it?
Oh, no, no one now, Tom, no one.
But tell me a wee bit about the actual mining now. You know, I've been down the Loch Nell drift today, way in through these alleys.
Yeah.
By the way, they were very wet in there.
Yeah.
And when you were working there, were these tunnels wet?
Oh, yes. Some of them were dry, bone dry. And others, you wasn't 5 minutes later, and she was wet to the skin.
And how about the space above your head?
Well, that was solid. Now, to explain it right, I should have said this at the time. To explain it right, when you were along this level, you went up 6 feet in solid rock, and you cut forward maybe for 24 or 34 whatever length the lead was at that particular point. And they drew in sticks, which was called a bunnet. And then you went up another 6 feet. Eh? And then you went across the same way again. And you brought up your hopper and your ladder rod. It was damn sore work, Tom, I'm telling you.
What was the length of a shift?
8 hours. It was near on 9 by the time you got down there, the time you got back up, it was near on 9 hours.
And did you
I thought
change?
they wanted to me never seen go to daylight. He said the day shift, did he? Very seldom.
And how did the change over?
Pardon?
How did the change over go? Did you do a week at that shift,
A week
at
in
the
the
other?
day shift, a week in the back shift, and a week in the night shift.
What was your favourite shift?
Oh, the day shift. The day shift.
Even although you